Hey everyone, how's it going today? Absolutely pouring here. I don't know if you can hear it. I mean, it is absolutely downpouring here. We lost power twice. Came back on just a little while ago. But anyway, what I'm working on now is I'm working on that 8.1 liter that customer supplied. And one of the exhaust, actually two of the exhaust manifold bolts were broken. I got one out. The other one I cannot for the life of me get out. These are cast iron heads. I was able to heat the surface of the cylinder head just mildly around the bolt, and I got the one out. The other one, I have not been able to budge. Can't get it to even think of moving. And it's slowly breaking and getting close to the surface, where I can't get anything more on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to weld the stub that's sticking out. I'm going to weld on it and try to get a big nut on over top of it and weld that. I'm not going to stick the nut on first and then weld it. I'm going to put weld on the bolt first and then try to catch the nut to it and weld it to it. And then I got to really heat the cylinder head. Let me show you what I got. So here it is. And I mean, it was sticking out about that much. I basically, it was like the width of the head of the vice grips. And I was able to grab it pretty good, but it's slowly been breaking down. And I have welded on it a couple of times. And as you can see by the discoloration there, I've heated this thing up pretty good. So I'm going to try it one more time. And then if it doesn't work, I'm going to probably just grind it flat. And if you notice, there's a bolt over here, or a bolt hole. Front one has it too. This one has it. The third one back does not have it. The fourth one does have it. See that? So what I'm going to probably wind up doing is I'm going to grind this flush to the head, and then I'm going to probably run a tap down this hole, clean the threads up, and then what I'll do is I'll actually make like almost like a distributor hold down type piece to pinch the manifold into place. Now, I know some people will say, well, why don't you use an easy out? The reason I don't use an easy out is because the easy out ain't going to work. I could drill that thing perfectly center, stick an easy out in there, and it'll break the easy out. I guarantee it. I can't get it out. Why can't I get out? Because it's completely seized in the threads. How's an easy out going to work? Easy out is not a magical tool. It's not going to work. I've seen it many times where people break the easy out in the bolt that's left, and then you got a big problem. So at this point, you're just better off, like I said, grinding that down. If it came down to it, what I would do is drill it out and keep drilling it till I got close to the size that it's supposed to be, and then run a tap down it. I mean, I still might do that, but the fact that I've heated it so many times, now that bolt is kind of hardened. So I can almost guarantee you that I won't be able to stick a drill through there and actually cut through that remainder of the bolt. I've tried it in the past, and usually it becomes a major, major problem. The only way to actually straighten that out would be to take the head off and probably send it to a machine shop who has a better equipment to do this. I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to do this on the block itself. Because everything is assembled, it's ready to go in other than that one broken bolt. So let me see what I can do. I'm going to try welding it up. And then, like I said, I'm going to try welding a nut to it, a bigger nut. Like I tried a smaller nut before that just fit over. This time I'm going to build that whole thing up with weld and hopefully get enough penetration into that bolt where the bigger nut on there will be able to weld it in place. So let me try that. Let me see how that goes. I'll show you after I do each step how it looks. And then, like I said, then I'm going to try heating it up, and then let's see what happens. Man, I tell you what, it is pouring rain here. I don't think this video does it justice. With a tin roof, I can barely even hear myself think. So there you go. I added to the nipple. Now I'm going to try grabbing that again real quick with just the vice grips to see if I can't move that. But we'll see what happens. I actually have some success. See that? It's actually starting to move. And you got to be careful when you're doing something like this. It's barely moving. You want to keep moving it back and forth and back and forth. This is time consuming. But it's kind of what you got to do, because if you try to go aggressive, you're going to snap it back off. So let me keep going with this. Keep working it and working it and working it. Now, I'm trying to spray it with some kind of spray at this point, because that thing is so hot from the weld, the penetrating oil or whatever is not going to get in place. So I may have to heat the edge of the head up a little bit, but I'm going to keep working it for now to see what happens. So there we go. It's coming out. And it took me a while to get it to that point, maybe 10 minutes or so. So there it goes. It's coming out. And I tell you what, I really, really struggled with that yesterday. It did not want to budge free. But I'm glad that came out the way it did. Now, one thing of note, had that not come out, there was one other thing I was going to try that I just remember. Years and years and years ago, when I first started in this business, I had I believe it was a 318 powered, like Dodge Dart or Plymouth Duster, something along those lines. And one of the spark plugs actually broke, and it broke, leaving the threaded portion in the cylinder head. So, trying to figure out how to get it out. And, you know, I was new to the business at the time. I don't know, I was 18 years old, 17 years old. And so, you know, we're sitting there trying with a torch, you know, trying to heat it up as much as possible, get in there with an easy out to try to get the darn thing out. It was almost at a point of, hey, we're going to have to take the cylinder head off. Which at that point, if that was the case, the guy was going to junk the car. You know, back then, that car wasn't worth anything. So, one of the old timers, I don't even remember who it was, but he's probably gone by now. One of the old timers, he said, hey, let's try this trick. And he grabbed a bottle of R12, a 30-pound bottle. And back then, that stuff was dirt cheap. R12 is refrigerant, in case you don't know what that is. So, what we did is he hooked up from the gauges, he hooked up one line from the gauges right to the bottle. Now it was open on the other end. Now, if you crack the bottle open, it would spray the liquid Freon out of the bottle, out of the hose, and it would basically instantly freeze whatever you're spraying it on. So what we did was we heated up around on the cylinder head where the spark plug went in. We heated up, got it really hot, got ready with the easy out to knock in place. And what he did was he took the Freon, stuck it down the hole, and shocked it by turning on the R12. So basically the liquid Freon came out and shocked the threaded portion of the spark plug. Sure enough, it came right out. The heat made the cylinder head expand, but then when he shocked it right on the end there where the spark plug threads were, it shrunk it enough and broke it free, and it came right out. I actually have never had a need to do that since then, but it's a pretty neat trick. But yeah, it did work. I was actually going to try that. If this didn't work, I was going to try that with R134. I would have done the same thing. I have a 30-pound bottle of 134. Do I want to waste it? No. Is it the right thing to do for the environment? No. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I'm glad that that's out now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to chase all the bolt holes with a tap. Maybe I'll show you that. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to show you that. All right, so here we go. This is an 8-125 tap. That's the thread size in the cylinder head for the exhaust bolts. Now, when you're going to run a tap in there, basically, I'm just using it to clean it up. Now, some people like to use thread chasers. I've never been a big fan of them. I've used them. I've just never been a big fan of them. I'd rather use a tap to do this this job. The thread chaser, the die version, actually, they work pretty good. But I still rather use a tap and die. Now, whenever you're doing this and you're threading it in, go by feel. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on it to cut the threads. Now, especially if you're trying to clean up threads that got boogered up. These, I'm just cleaning them up because of rust. You don't want to snap the dang bit off in there. You snap that bit off in there, you got a whole nother problem. Because trying to get that out, that's a real pain. Because as they're cutting and they're digging in, they really get tight in there. You snap it off, sometimes they're just ungodly difficult to get out. Now, if you snap it off by putting pressure to the side, okay, there it's much easier to get out because you didn't bottom it out and then snap it like you tightened it up. So just something to keep in mind. I sprayed everything with WD-40. I don't have any cutting oil. I'm not a machinist, so it's not something I'm going to have laying around. WD-40 works just fine. If I was a machinist and I did this every day, I'd have cutting oil, but I don't. So, and like I said, just go by feel. And see where I'm holding this ratchet? I'm not putting it's not a lot of pressure I'm putting on this thing going right here. So while I'm doing that, if all of a sudden I feel it get tight, stop, back up. Because like I said, last thing you want to do is break this tool off in the cylinder head because you're going to have a whole nother problem. So let me keep going. I'm going to do all of them, and I'm going to do the other side, and then I'll be all done. So that's it for this one. Hope you got something out of that. If you did, hit that like button. If you couldn't, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.